Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah, for those of you who didn't know that. And today I am doing my June wrap-up. So I had a lot of books on my TBR. I got to quite a lot of them, but there were a few that I didn't get to. But I will definitely read them in the month coming because I am really excited for them. So I read 14 books this month, and that is amazing. That is a lot, and I am so excited because I don't think I have ever read 14 books in a month. And I could have read more, but I'm trying not to push myself because I get burned out that way. So yeah, let's just get into the books that I read. So I will take them in the order that I have read them. So I'm just going to have my phone there so I can read, because I have read, a lot of physical books, and I have one audiobook. I was hoping to have some more, but yeah. And I have 2 graphic novels, I think. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first book I read was The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson. I gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoy this book. I mean, there are still a few things that could have been better. She doesn't have like a lot of other authors do. I really like Flowery and Easy Read. But I mean, it's only like her second book, I think. And it's not bad. It's really catching. So The Butterfly Garden is about, well, basically it all starts with a case the FBI has. And we are kind of following their perspective when they interview one of the victims, and then we have like flashbacks where she is telling her story. And basically we are following like one of the girls who has been there kind of, not the longest, but a one that has been there for 2 years. And basically they are all the ones who have been in the garden have been kidnapped and put into like a garden in the back of this man's yard. And basically he says that Butterfly has a limited living time. And basically when their turn is 21 or 22, they are killed. So they are usually captured when they are around 16, and they are there for a long time. And he tattoos butterflies on their back, so he is their butterflies. And basically, when the FBI discovers this, they are all saved, but they are really traumatized from this, obviously. And basically, they turn to Maya, who is kind of like the one that everyone's is looking at. And she tells the story, all the twists and turns. But the thing is, the more she tells, they wonder what she is hiding. The next book I read was Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. And I gave this 4 stars. And a lot of people say that this is really problematic because the mother is basically abusing her daughter. Or something like that. And because basically this is about Maddie. And she is allergic to the world. And she hasn't left her house in 17 years. But when she meets Ollie, she feels like everything can change. And basically he is determined to find a way that they can reach each other. So basically, yeah, I don't know what to say because it is a little spoilery. So, to say what I have to say, I mean, a lot of people have read this, but if you haven't and are interested, there will be some spoilers in this. So, if you don't want to hear it, when I put down the book, it's okay. So basically, in the end of the book, we find out that Maddie isn't allergic. It's her mother that had kept her in the house for these then 18 years because she lost her husband and one of her children. So she decided to keep Maddie close. And that is really abusive. But the real thing why I gave this 4 stars is because I feel like Maddie did the right choice when she found out that her mother has been doing this. She is choosing what to do herself because she's old enough. And I think that the reason I like this book is because I know that people are... When something traumatic happens, people can be really shitty, to be honest. And people do weird, stupid things that they shouldn't do when they are afraid of losing someone. And yeah, I mean, no one should do that to your child. That is, it's not like physical abuse, but you kind of get really sad when you find out that your mother has lied to you for 18 years. And yeah, I mean, people are right, it is abuse. And I kind of feel like I like this because I haven't seen abuse, but I know a lot of people that, yeah, people do stupid things when they are afraid of losing someone. And I did really like that Maddie chose that she wanted to actually experience her life. And she was angry at her mother, but it's still her mother. And I like that her mother, I think she was getting help. And that is something that she really should. So yeah, I have really difficulty to like explain myself. That's the worst part of everything. The next book I read was Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. And I gave this 3 stars. It's not bad. I think I wanted more. I think I wanted a longer book. So basically, what Every Heart a Doorway is, this is a place where children who has been to portal worlds, like, for example, Narnia, comes when they kind of have to deal with it all when they has gotten back. We are following Nancy in this one. It's the first book. And she comes to the school where Eleanor West is taking care of the children. And yeah, I don't feel like I can really explain a lot, since it's less than 200 pages. So, but yeah, basically Nancy is getting into this school, and it is also a murder mystery in this. And yeah, I found it really intriguing. I really liked it. And yeah, but I think I just kind of not expected more, but I kind of wanted more. So yeah, it was really good. So I'll definitely continue on with this series, definitely. The next book I read was Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan. And I gave this 5 stars. I really, really liked it. But I will say it is a trigger warning for violence and sexual assault. So definitely keep that in mind. But basically, this book is about each year 8 beautiful girls are chosen as paper girls to serve the king. But this year, it's a 9th, and she's made of fire. So basically, we are following, I think it's Lay, I don't know. But 10 years ago, her mother was snatched by the royal guard, and she don't know what happened to her. And now the guards are back because they have heard of Lay and her golden eyes. So this has piqued the king's interest. So she's brought to the castle to be a paper girl. So they will learn the skills and charm to be the king's consort. So, but the thing is, Lee does the unthinkable. She falls in love. And basically her forbidden romance can ruin everything. So yeah, I really loved this book. And I just kept on reading. I think I read this in a day or something. I loved it. And I loved the romance between Lee and the Waterfall Sword. And yeah, it was really good. The next book is I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. And I gave this 5 stars. I totally loved it. And basically this book is about Ben. And he comes out to his parents that he is non-binary. And they throw him out. So he moves in with his sister and her husband. And he starts a new school. And he tries to survive his... is it last half year of senior year. There he meets Nathan. Their friendship starts to change, but Ben is really scared what Ben will think of him. I loved this. I loved the writing. I learned so much new. It was really easy explained, and I am someone that really needs an easy explanation for things. Because if you explain things difficult to me, I have no idea what you're talking about. But it was so easy explained and like told. And I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I love the romance. It was super cute. And yeah. The next book I read was Kiss of the Royal by Lindsay Duga, and I gave this 4 stars. I loved it. I have read it one time, and this time I tabbed it even more. So basically this book is about Princess Ivy, and she has one goal, and that is to fight the dark forces, or forces of the darkness, whatever. And basically, the princesses kiss their princess to give them power, so they can fight. Basically, Ivy's kisses are the most powerful in any royal. But she needs a battle partner because she lost her last one, or not just one, but... So they find Prince Zack, and he is the best swordsman. And there will be the unstoppable pair. But the problem is that they just can't agree on anything at all. And Ivy's magic can't be fully unlocked without Zack. But he is not cooperating. Because Zack, he believes that Ivy's magic is dangerous. And Ivy believes that her magic is the only thing that can save this kingdom. And they have one goal, and the fate of their world is on the line. And yeah, I loved this. You should so read it. It's so underrated. To be honest, it's not a lot of people who have heard of this. I found it and I totally loved it. The next book is Aristotle and Dante Discovers the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Allaire Senes. And I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. And I really find it difficult to explain what this book is about. But we are following Aristotle and Dante. Yeah, Ari and Dante, they get friends and they form this special bond. And that will teach them the most important truths of their lives. And they will help them define the people they want to be. But it's really hard, and the only way they can make it is in believing in each other and the power of their friendship. So yeah, I love this book. I think everyone should read this. Definitely. Yeah. The next book I read was a graphic novel. And that is called Kiva by Jean Van Ham. And this is a really short one. I ended up giving it 4 stars. But I would really say that it is sexual assault in this. So basically this book is about a guy, and he goes to Congo to charge, he's put in charge of a negotiation of an important contract in Congo. So he leaves for Africa. But there he discovers that the contract he will sign is so corrupt. And he also meets a girl called Violet. And she is a Congolese child hunted by a powerful rebel chief. So he chooses to save her. But that also will be that he is also in danger. So I really, really loved this book. It is something that I know has happened. And it's really heartbreaking to know that. The next book I read was a manga. It's a manga classic, and that is Macbeth. And I gave it 4 stars. I have never read Macbeth in real form, because I am terrified of classics. I want to read more classics, but I'm terrified of them. And I definitely need to read more mangas in this format. It was so good. Basically, Macbeth is about a guy who I think wants to be the king. So he and, I don't know if it's his wife, his wife, they make a terrible act of treason and kills the king. And then one murder leads to another one, and basically Macbeth begins to lose control. I really enjoyed this. It was so good. The next book I read was Again But Better by Christine Riccio. And I gave these 3 stars. It was good, but I think that I expected more, and Shane kind of got a little, I don't know what to say. I think that she just was a little bit too, I almost said happy. But yeah, basically this is about Shane, and she has kind of been doing college all wrong back in the States. She goes to a semester abroad in London, and she wants to fix her mistakes, and that is get friends, get a boyfriend, and find adventure. And it is easier said than done. Yeah, then she gets friends, and she meets Pilot. And she starts to fall for him, and she thinks that he's doing the same. But the thing is, he has a girlfriend. So yeah, I enjoy this. Shane was a little bit too happy for my... And I don't like the fact that Pilot actually kind of flirts with Shane while he still has a girlfriend. I would be so much more comfortable if he actually broke it off with his girlfriend. Even though I don't kind of like that either, that a person falls for someone else and then breaks up with his girlfriend only to be with another person. Even though that would be kind of the right thing to do, but obviously, yeah. I mean, I still enjoyed a lot of aspects of this book, but there were a few things that I kind of didn't like. But yeah, the next book I read was On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. This book is about a 30-year-old English teacher called Anna. And she has chosen to do a summer job tutoring for TJ at his family vacation in the Maldives. TJ is 17 and he had just had cancer, so he's behind on his schoolwork. But the thing is, he doesn't want to come on this trip, he just wants to stay with friends. Anna and TJ, they choose to join the family in the Maldives later. I think it's like a day after. But the pilot, that is flying them, suffers from a heart attack. So they crash in the Indian Ocean. So now, on an island, they have to work together to find water, shelter, food, fire. But weeks turn into months that turn into years. And Anna, she believes that the hardest part might actually be living with a boy that slowly turns into a man. I really love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It just kept me going. And yeah, I really enjoy this. And I kind of like that, I mean, since they obviously are from the States, I like that they actually waited until he was over 18 before like anything happened. The next book I read was A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. I loved the movie too. It is one of my favorite movies. I can't tell you why, but I just really love it. So basically this is set in 1958. And we are following Landon Carter. And he is doing everything that he wants. Dating girls. And he has even claimed to be in love, but... And he is a world apart from the Baptist's daughter, Jamie Sullivan. She carries a Bible to school, cares for a widowed father, and volunteers on an orphanage. But then they are forced to partner up from the school dance. And they embark a new journey with earth-shattering love. So yeah, in the few months they know each other, Landon discovers the true strength of the heart and takes a decision that so astonishing it will lead him irrevocably down the road to manhood. I loved Landon. He stayed with Jamie no matter what. And I really love that. He kind of was an ass in the start, but yeah, I really loved this. Landon really changed for the better. The next book I read was Breathless by Celeste Bradley and Susan Donovan. I give it 3 stars. It was okay, but yeah. Kind of wanted more chapters from the past because basically this book is like has past and present perspectives because it's 2 timelines. Because we are following an art professor called Brenna Anderson. So she is basically on danger of losing her post at Harvard. So she goes to find out about the Mysterian Siren collection, which is a collection of paintings. So she basically joins the person she hates called Fitch, because he's also looking at the siren. And yeah, they are kind of trying to find the missing siren paintings. And basically, like the past, we are following a person that is called the Swan. And she's London's premier courtesan. Man wants to be with her. But basically, when a jealous wife wants to have the Swan banished, basically the Swan crashes against Spain's rocky coast with no shores and with no shoes and no clothes and no name. And basically she's taken in by a person called the Artists. And the Swan, she becomes the woman she wants to be. Her artist siren. And yeah, I liked this book. It wasn't bad, but I kind of wanted more from the Swan's perspective. But we obviously didn't get that, but... So yeah. The last book I read was Sealeo by Amy Kaufman and Jane Kristoff. I finished this like the last day of June, and I loved it. And basically on this one, this is the last book in the Illuminae files. And basically this is about Katie's cousin Asha. And she survived the Baytac assault and has been working undercover with the resistance. And the last thing she wanted to worry about is her ex-boyfriend, Rice, that just landed on the planet. So basically, he can be her way out or her certain death. But basically, Asha isn't the only one with problems. Ow, sorry, legs hurt. So basically, her cousin Katie, they are traveling towards Carenza with not enough oxygen for the journey. So basically, Baytac needs to hurry up and fix their ship so they can leave Carenza. So basically, the ones that are like the civilians on Carenza can only be saved by a miracle. So yeah, I just love this. I read all the Illuminae files last year, and I read them this year, and I will maybe read them next year. I love them so much. But yeah, now I have like talked for over 30 minutes, so we will end it here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below for more videos, and follow me on all of my social media. All the links are down in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye!